And we're back. It has been over a week, but we're back.
I've been going to some dark places. I hate it when my mind races. I've got so many.
Okay, so let's continue where we left off, which I totally remember and did not have to go back and check the previous video. Luckily, Netflix held my place in the episode as well. But let's continue. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So we have Charlie and Tori talking outside the clinic.
Nick really wants to talk to you.
I want to talk to him too.
I like that Tori is the one speaking up for Nick here. It's clear that she really likes Nick even before she says it.
He's my favorite.
I love that. I love that Tori says Nick is her favorite, but I don't think it's particularly surprising, not only because Nick is who he is, but also because, as I think I may have mentioned before, I have like no memory of what I said last time, but you know, the fact that Nick is the one who really, without Nick, who knows how long it would have taken Charlie to get help for this. So I can see why Tori would like him even more than he already deserves, because he's an amazing guy. But yeah, and she sees how happy he makes Charlie, so.
Your friends are quite annoying, but I like him.
Your friends are quite annoying. I mean, sometimes.
If I let you call your boyfriend, do you solemnly swear that you'll stop telling me how amazing and wonderful he is and making me feel forever alone?
Susan, Susan, I am right there with you. Forever Alone Club. Me and Susan.
I don't know if I can promise that.
Oh, I tried to stand up for myself.
She's so great. Like, I love Susan and the way that she interacts with Charlie and, like, always keeps kind of a light, bright mood, but is also just very dry and funny at the same time.
Sorry, I have to laugh about it or I'll just cry.
Well, even if you do have anorexia and OCD, the word sorry is still banned.
Yeah, and this is another example of, like, showing something that we already saw, but from a different perspective and also cutting out some of it. I don't want to see an ad about yogurt right now, Netflix. So showing, it's like I struggle to keep my focus anyway, and Netflix is like, look at some yogurt while you're pausing. Stop it. Yeah, what was I saying? So, yeah, so this is another example of showing us a scene that we've already seen, but from a different perspective, obviously, and also cutting out enough of it so we recognize it as the same scene, but it doesn't feel repetitive. I think they do such a good job with that in this episode, because there are a lot of shows and movies and a lot of media does this, where we're seeing the same thing from different points of view, and it is a really important balance to strike. They do a really good job here.
Can't I play the mental illness card now?
The S-word rule still applies to the mentally ill.
And I love seeing how comfortable Charlie looks. Like, the way that he's sitting and like the warm feeling of like the earth tones and the glow from the lamp, and just he looks so relaxed and just like not the tense, suffering Charlie that we've seen up until now, which says so much about the progress that he's making and also like how comfortable he feels with Nick, even just on the phone.
I've been making you a present.
You don't have to do that.
Shut up. Yes, I do.
Okay, what is it?
It's a surprise.
I love how in this shot, it's like they're facing each other. Like it's like they're sitting in the same room facing each other. I love the symmetry of this shot.
Sorry I didn't tell you about all of this.
I didn't exactly make it easy for you.
You were having your summer of love. It's not a crime.
Yeah, well, I love you too.
Yeah, and for the record, like, I know Charlie says, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about all of this, but like, you don't know, just like, oh, Chanel number 5. This is like my brain. Like, I try to start a sentence and then, see, Netflix, goddammit. What was I saying? Chanel number 5 just took me out of it completely. Okay, just like you don't owe anyone your sexuality, you don't owe anyone your mental health status. I don't think it's fair to like be mad at someone for not, even a close friend, for telling you something that is so private and personal and painful. But I think, you know, it's clear that Tao does not feel resentful that Charlie didn't tell him. He feels guilty that he didn't notice himself. I can understand why Charlie would think that Tao would be upset, because like season 1 Tao, that was like the big blow up, is that he was upset that Charlie didn't tell him and everybody else knew. But yeah, the bottom line is you don't know anyone your sexuality, you don't know anyone your mental health struggles, you don't know anyone the private, personal, intimate struggles that you're dealing with, but telling them can help. So yeah, but it's ultimately your decision, and no one should make you feel guilty for not telling them. But Tao doesn't do that, so we're good.
Can I ask you how you are? Or is that kind of a shit question right now?
Yeah, it's kind of a shit question right now.
I like that Tao is aware that this could be a difficult question to answer for Charlie. It's so difficult because we're kind of programmed in our social interactions that when you see someone or talk to someone, you greet them and you ask how they are. But when you're struggling mentally, you have to hear that minefield of a question multiple times per day from people you don't even really know well or know at all. So you kind of get programmed to say, fine, good, great, and, give answers that are clearly untrue. But, that's not how Tao means it here, obviously. But, I don't know if I'm giving any kind of good commentary here. My brain is in a place right now.
I hate that you were so... And I had no idea,
I was good at hiding it.
but I missed it.
This must be especially difficult for someone like Tao, who, from season 1, is someone who has prided himself on being a good friend and being so protective of his friends and doing anything for his friends, even to the detriment of his friendships sometimes. But for someone like Tao to miss something this big and even have Isaac say to him hey, I think something's wrong with Charlie, and to just dismiss it, I can only imagine he must feel very guilty. But I'm sure he's also glad that A, that Charlie has Nick, and B, that Charlie is, getting help.
I totally missed it.
Can you explain to me what happened with Imogen and Sahab?
So Charlie kind of lets that sit for a second and then switches to the real thing we all want to know about at this point, which is what did happen with Imogen and Sahar.
Nick was being way too empathetic about it, and I actually don't really know what happened.
I love that Nick was being way too empathetic about it. I can just imagine the way that Nick would have explained that to Charlie.
Oh my god. Yes, okay, so Imogen was doing shots all night.
And Tao's like, okay, I'm gonna spill the tea. I'm gonna give you all the details, all the hot goss.
A whole bottle of tequila. A whole bottle.
So I love that in this conversation, they talk about real stuff. They both kind of share their feelings, but they end on a positive note. They end with smiling and talking gossip about their friends and stuff like that, which is great to see, and good. I mean, I think for Charlie's mental health, it's important to keep things on a more Dove holiday treats limited edition. Oh my god. Ooh, sugar cookie sprinkle. I don't think I would want body wash that smells like peppermint bark. Maybe that's just me. Aw, and here we have, from the other perspective again, of Charlie seeing Nick. It's really interesting too, the mood difference and the music choice difference between these two scenes. Because when we saw it from Nick's point of view, it was all very poignant and tearfully happy of yes, finally I'm seeing him. Whereas Charlie, it's just a very joyful thing. Aw, the wave. We've dissected the waves before, but for anyone who is new or did not see the evolution of the wave, from the very beginning, Charlie waved like this and Nick waved like that. But over the course of time, Nick's wave has become more like Charlie's wave as he's become more comfortable with himself. So yeah, so we see Charlie wave like this and Nick waves back in the same way. The wave. We have Nick sitting with Charlie and Tori's there as well. I like this group of three, Nick and Charlie and Tori, and how much more we see them together as things go on.
He's got this vintage video camera and he's made this film or documentary.
Okay, so we have Nick showing Charlie the video that Tao made for him, which is adorable.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Okay, this is take 4.
Though poor Tori can't see it from where she's sitting, but, Tao in his filmmaker beanie. I love that he seemingly got dressed up for this. And one thing that I really love about this is that, we saw Isaac previously kind of blow up at Tao about the fact that, Tao has been focusing everything on Elle and letting his friendships kind of fall by the wayside. And so here, this is a project that Tao and Isaac are doing together. So I can just imagine like Tao coming up with the idea to make this video and then approaching Isaac about it as a project they can do together, which is really great to see. Like, it's not Tao and Elle making this video. It's not Tao and Elle and Isaac. It's just Tao and Isaac. And that's really great.
My name is Tao Su, and this is my short film about the everyday lives of my friends group.
Tao with his tiny microphone.
Well, my friends group minus one. I hope that by watching this video, he'll feel like he's been here the whole time. Because, in a metaphorical way, he has.
Tao, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Isaac, excuse me, it does make sense. Okay, and then we jump to Sahara's Halloween party.
I read the Song of Achilles, like you suggested, and I wasn't prepared, and I cried for about 4 hours.
Further cementing my belief that I should not read that book, or at least not until I am in a very mentally stable place, which who knows if that'll ever happen.
So thank you for that, really appreciate that.
That feeling when like your friend recommends something to you because it emotionally devastated them and they want you to be emotionally devastated too.
I'm kind of mad at you, actually, because I asked you if you were okay, and I guess you just lied. I mean, I sort of knew that.
This is an interesting thing that Isaac says here. Like, one of the things I think we've learned about Isaac as we go through season 2 and season 3, because season 1, he was mostly just quiet, didn't have many lines, but Isaac is someone who doesn't hold back how he's actually feeling. Like, when he does choose to speak, he's going to tell you exactly how he feels. And in some ways that can come off as kind of abrasive because we're used to softening things or adding in little white lies to protect the feelings of the people around us. But I do respect that Isaac comes out with exactly what he's feeling and tells the truth about it. But, in this situation, it's natural, I think, for him to feel angry at Charlie for that, but I think it's an anger that's kind of mixed in with anger at himself as well. Like, I don't think he's angry at Charlie. I think he's angry at himself for taking Charlie at his word when Charlie said he was fine, even if Isaac knew deep down that Charlie was not fine.
It's not your fault, though, Charlie, I know. I hope that when you get back, you don't feel like you have to lie to us anymore.
And he does say, it's not your fault. And the way that he ends it is very good. Like, I hope you don't feel like you have to lie to us anymore after this. So, like, it starts out, like, if all Isaac said was, I'm mad at you because you lied to me about about whether you were fine or not, that would not be great. But he kind of takes it full circle and is like, this is how I feel, but I know it's not your fault. And I hope you don't feel like you have to lie to us anymore. So, like, ultimately, the package that he presents here is good. Even if it starts off in a not great place.
Oh my god! Come on, Isaac, we need to do the tour.
And I wonder how Toby, the king of behind-the-scenes vlogs, felt about essentially vlogging as Isaac here.
Barbie and Dracula seen making out at a house party.
Barbie and Dracula. The fact that Imogen is just like holding the bottle as they're kissing, like, oh my god. But yeah, here we finally see like why Sahara got so mad at Imogen.
Lol. Is this just a joke to you?
The fact that Imogen literally says lol, oh my god. Just imagining this from Sahara's point of view, like the girl that she's had a crush on for years and years, the person who literally made her realize she was bi, finally shows some interest in her, and then it seems like it's just that it means nothing to her, that she's just laughing about it, and that maybe it only happened because she was drunk. Like, I can totally understand why Sahara is so mad.
Cut the camera. It's breaking my documentary code of ethics.
Wait, I want to talk to Charlie. I just wanted to let you know I'm trying out they, them pronouns.
Let's go, Darcy, let's go.
I'm just seeing how I feel. I don't know. I feel like you get it. He gets it.
I love the kind of joyful nervousness that Darcy shares this information, and the whole idea of like trying them out just to see how they feel. I think it's a shame that as a society we don't really encourage people to just try things out when it comes to gender. Like, it doesn't have to be a big thing. I wish it didn't have to be a big thing, that it could just be like, you're like, hey, so I thought I would try out they, them pronouns, or I thought I would try dressing a different way, or wearing my hair a different way, or, trying a different name. Like, it's a shame that we can't have that kind of playful, just exploration feeling when it comes to gender and sexuality, because it should ultimately be something joyful.
Really?
Oh, Darcy.
Oh, okay. And it seems like that's the first time that they have mentioned that, since everyone is like, oh, really?
Tell him.
I posted a new painting on Instagram, and now I have over 10,000 followers.
I think you can really tell like where reactors are coming from when they react to this scene, because upon hearing Elle has 10,000 followers, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. And there are some people who I've watched who are like, so for a 16-year-old, for anyone, I still think 10,000 is a lot. So, I would be very happy to have 10,000.
My girlfriend is the smartest person in the entire world. She's a prefect, she goes to the Oxbridge prep group, dances, she plays the clarinet.
Stop.
Yeah, and we see Tara still being kind of uncomfortable with talking about the fact that she's a prefect, even though Darcy is just like, I'm going to talk about how awesome my girlfriend is, but Tara just looks very uncomfortable about the whole thing.
Tao, give me that.
And then immediately like changes the subject and grabs the camera. What is Imogen doing? Is she balancing a pencil on her, on her lap? Oh, Imogen.
I don't know if you have a phone in there, Charlie, but I think he'd like to hear your voice.
Poor Nick. I wonder how Nick feels like watching Charlie watch this, of just like behind the scenes footage of him being sad.
Look, mate, it's identical. Look at it. I mean, they are from a packet bag.
Where are your filmmaking ethics now, Tao?
Say hi to Charlie, sir.
Hi, Charlie.
Mr. Farouk. The fact that they're dating is just an open secret at this point, at least within the friends group.
Thank you, Tao. Bye, Tao.
Bye, Tao.
I know this looks like a painting for you, but if this turns out really good, then I'm keeping it. I miss you, Charlie. I love you.
It's nice to have, like, in this episode alone, we hear the friends group say I love you to each other. We have all these heartfelt messages of like, I love you, Charlie, which is great to see.
We just want to say that when you get home, we've got a lot planned.
Do we? Oh, God.
Me as an introvert, do we? Oh, God.
We love you, and we miss you, and our friends group really isn't the same without you. But we know you're doing what you need to do right now. I hope that this video makes you feel loved.
This whole video is so nicely done. It genuinely feels like something that they have put together, and like the quality of it and the way that they edited it just A+++. And I love also that we're getting to see Tao exploring his passion and like figuring out that he can do something that uses his creativity and uses his passions, but also brings joy to the people in his life. And again, the fact that this is something that Tao and Isaac did together is just great. Like, it's just a great resolution to the conflict between Tao and Isaac that we saw earlier.
Nicholas Nelson, what do you have to say to your boyfriend, Charlie Spring?
Hi, Charlie. I love you.
Aw, and the fact that the video ends with Nick saying, like, that he loves Charlie so sincerely and so just, like, there's something so vulnerable about Nick in this moment. Oh, and the big hug. When you're so cut off from everyone in your life, like Charlie is, while he's in the clinic, like, he hasn't been able to talk to his friends very much at all. Just that one phone call to Nick and that one phone call to Tao. I can imagine it would be easy to feel like, oh, well, everyone's fine, everyone's getting along without me. But to have this proof that everyone is thinking of you, everyone misses you, everyone loves you, and of course, your wonderful boyfriend, Nick, loves you very, very much. It just, like, I can only imagine how much that must have meant for Charlie. It is a shame that Tao did not get to be present for, like, Charlie watching the video. But that's also kind of very selfless of Tao.
Being at the clinic didn't magically cure me of mental illness, but it got me out of the deep end.
I love that they say that. Being in the clinic didn't magically cure me of mental illness. The idea that you can just go to a clinic and be fixed, or like, take some medicine and you're good. I think that's one of the things that people who don't have much experience with mental health difficulties often don't understand. Like, it's not something that you just fix. It's not something that just, gets better immediately. It's something you have to work on. And even if you're taking medication, even if you're going to a clinic, it's a journey. Like, it's obviously the title of the episode. We've talked about this before, but I've suffered from anxiety, depression, so many mental health issues over the course of my life. And like, my panic attacks in particular, I've had some really not great reactions from friends and family to them. Usually frustration, annoyance, getting mad at me. I had a friend who was studying to be a doctor yell at me when I had a panic attack in their car, saying, "You have to get this sorted out," which, like, but, things like that, where it's just like there's a lack of understanding, I think, that it's not a magic fix. It's never going to be a magic fix. It's a thing. It's something that you have to keep working at. And it is definitely possible to live a life that is good and joyful, but it takes time and it takes a lot of work. And it's not something that can just be cured immediately.
Oh, you are going to be all right.
Oh, Susan. I'm so sad that we probably won't get to see Susan again, because Susan is great. Like, if Susan was a regular character on this show, I would not be sad at all. Like, just how important it is to have a Susan and a Jeff in your life when you're dealing with stuff like this. Like, if you are a Susan or a Jeff for someone in your life, then just know that you are making a huge difference and you are amazing. We have Julio back in his natural habitat of the car, finally feeling confident and himself again. He's like, finally, no more of this being in a house business. At last, I'm back in the car. Oh, Charlie and Tori.
Maybe I won't ever get back to normal, whatever that is. I think that's okay, though.
Who knows what normal is? I definitely don't.
It's not going to be a straightforward journey. It's probably just the beginning.
Yeah, I love the way that ends. Like, so Nick's journal ends with him saying, like, he really thinks it helped Charlie, and Charlie's journal entry ends with him saying it's probably just the beginning, which is very true. Like, it's the beginning of his life from this point on, and also the beginning of his healing journey. Still a ways to go, but he's made a great start of it.
Hey, dinner at 7?
Just the change in attitude, the change in expression and manner that we see from his mom, like the way she opens the door with a smile on her face. It's like a gentle intrusion rather than like even her body language is more open. It's just really great to see that this has been a turning point for her as well. And she doesn't come in and say dinner at 7. It's a question. Oh my gosh. How did this happen? Oh my god. Meow. Oh. Did you throw up all over my chair? Did you throw up all over my chair today? And it was really gross. I'm almost done. Hold on. Okay.
It says lasagna on your meal plan for today's. Is that all right?
Yeah, just, it's such a difference. Like, before it was always, her sentences were commands. They were never questions. But it's great to see that she's giving Charlie agency here and asking him, like, is dinner at 7 okay? Is lasagna okay? Like, it's just such a change in the way that she's relating to him. And obviously, he's been away for 2 months, so she's going to be extra gentle with him at this point. But it's still very nice to see.
Do I have time to go and say hi to Nick? I'll be back for dinner, I promise.
And the biggest difference we see is her attitude towards Nick, because as we've discussed before, I do hope that the Spring family realizes how much Nick helped Charlie here, and that Nick is like the sole reason why Charlie told them how he was feeling and got help. So, and of course, they've been spending time with Nick, going to the clinic to see Charlie a few times a week, as Nick said. So yeah, so I hope they are full believers in the awesomeness of Nick at this point.
Okay. Go on then.
There's no worry. There's no like, oh, I don't know. She just says, go on. Like the whole mood is just very different. It's wonderful to see. And, obviously this cannot be always. Like it's not always going to be this level of playful, happy, like easy breezy. Like you can't change your entire personality and parenting style overnight. But it's clear that she's really trying. It's clear that there's a new connection between the two of them, and it's really nice to see. The Nelson family home with all of its decorations. And they just stand there and smile at each other for a minute. And then a beautiful hug. Oh, just clutching each other. And the leaves just swirling and swirling. And then we have, if you or someone you know is struggling with an eating disorder, mental health, or thoughts of self-harm, information and resources are available at www.wannatalkaboutit.com. Ah, such a good episode. So as I said, I think, at the beginning, I really think this is the best episode of Heartstopper thus far, at least in my opinion, in terms of the way that it's structured, in terms of the writing, in terms of the acting, in terms of everything. Like, it's just so beautiful. And, there may be some episodes that I enjoy more or that bring me more joy, because obviously this is a heavier episode. But in terms of just being a quality, amazing episode, this is number one for me. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up because it's taken me a very long time to get this made, to get this recorded. So it's probably a good thing if we wrap it up. So yeah. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your patience with me, as I don't even remember if I said this in the last video or not, but I've been having a really hard time with seasonal depression recently, and it's a huge struggle to make videos and do anything really. So I'm doing my best, and I really appreciate that you folks are being supportive and encouraging and understanding while I am trying to, find the energy to pull myself up off the floor and actually do something. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, being awesome, and a huge thanks to our patrons who are amazing, wonderful, fantastic, spectacular, the best people. And a huge shout out to our Nick Nelson members: Kelly Walker, Paul Z, Kent Smither, Kim Engel, Sarah Parker Schemmelt, Courtney McAlexander, and Tanya. Okay, that's going to do it for today. That's going to do it for now. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time of day it may happen to be. I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye.
When I get lost in a dream and I know I can't sleep, God damn it.